Hello again, and welcome to another installment of the Quality and Practice Minute. In this installment of the Quality and Practice Minute, we're going to cover the final category for cost of quality, external failure. We've talked about, for the last several installments, we've talked about the cost of quality as a way to overcome an inherent conflict between manufacturing and quality across various industries. Cost of quality is a way to translate the language of quality into the language of business, that is dollars and cents, and get people on the same page about decision making and the impacts of their decision making. There are two primary schools of thought, as we've talked about several times in this series. The first school of thought is the economic conformance model, in which there is a economic conformance level beyond which costs increase. Additional prevention costs would cause total costs to increase. And then the quality is free model, which was proposed by Philip Crosby in 1978, which says that when all costs are considered, the prevention and failure lines can never cross or intersect in the model. So in this edition, we're going to deep dive on external failure. So you've seen this chart before. We're still on the poor quality side, on the left-hand side of the chart. And today we're going to talk about external failure, or defects that are found at the customer. The underlying economics of the cost of quality are this. Costs of a defect that are found at a customer are significantly higher than the cost of preventing those defects when all costs are incurred are considered. That's the important concept to understand, is that if we include all possible costs associated with the defect, then the cost of a defect is somewhere between 7 and 11 times more than the cost of preventing that defect. The concept is that costs increase as product or services move closer to the customer. So we add more value, we add more time, we add more labor, we add more material, we have more processing the closer it gets to the customer. Finding a defect when it's still in-house is cheaper than defects that are found at the customer. Defects at the customer are highest cost of all because all possible costs have been incurred. Defects found at the customer result in additional costs beyond the regular supply chain costs associated with providing a product to a customer, in that we will likely have to have that material returned and replaced for free under warranty or whatever category is associated with that in your business. And the logistics, the material handling, and the movement, the transportation associated with making that customer whole again, or getting them back into normal operations. Again, depending on the business, depending on the industry, can be various different impacts that are incurred on top of the fully burdened cost of the product sitting at the customer. Finding defects in-house requires some inspection activity. We talked about that. That's appraisal. Internal failure is internal scrap. That's the most common category of those costs, and that is the cost of a defect that's found through the appraisal process. So we separate the costs of appraisal from the costs of the defect that is found through that appraisal. And then external failure is when those defects escape and they're found at the customer whenever the customer is doing whatever they are doing with our product. As we've discussed above, defects found at the customer are the most expensive because all costs have been incurred. Failure costs can be 7 to 11 times higher than the costs to prevent those defects. If cost of quality is a subject that interests you and you're looking for more assistance or more information about how to build a cost of quality, you can take my short lesson on cost of quality through my on-demand content link on the website, qualityandpractice.solutions, Or if you're wanting to have more assistance, you can reach out to us so we can chat and see how we might be able to help you on your journey. You can email us at info@qualityandpractice.solutions. Thank you for joining me today for this Quality and Practice Minute. I'll see you next time.